This week on Vallo Vision News, nature enthusiasts rejoice. Montevallo's newest park, Shoal Creek, is now open. See how the city dedicated the park over the weekend.
And let the voting begin. UM students can now cast their ballots for SGA and College Night Leaders. We'll tell you how long you have to vote.
Plus, in this week's Buzz, you'll find out how Laughlin's college admission scandal ended up costing her more than just tuition. Vallo Vision News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Vallo Vision News. I'm Colton Crow.
And I'm Michaela Franklin. Thanks so much for joining us. The city of Montevallo hosted its second annual Love Montevallo Day on Saturday. This year's event included a dedication for Montevallo's new Shoal Creek Park. City leaders and residents are hoping the park will be a place to bring the community together. This past Saturday, Montevallo celebrated the opening of Shoal Creek Park.
167 acres. And it's just a marvelous natural piece of land that not many cities have.
The city kicked off their event by releasing the Hawks. And they celebrated the grand opening of the park's newly built bridge. I'm here at the grand opening at Shoal Creek Park, and it's a lovely day to love Montevallo. The city just opened up the brand new park, and they built this beautiful bridge crossing the creek. However, the park wasn't always used to bring people together.
Land that has been mistreated perhaps through the years. It's an old slave cotton plantation, and then it was a cow operation of man. It's now been given an opportunity to revise itself, to renew itself.
The park, just 2.5 miles away from the university, was left to the community by Elizabeth Muller and her estate.
She could have done other things with it, but instead of developing it, she wanted to see that the people in Montevallo could use it permanently.
It was her wish to bring the community together.
We want this park to be available for everybody to enjoy. We want people who have mobility issues to be able to enjoy the same thing that we can enjoy. We want our Hispanic families to know that they're welcome to come here and celebrate all of their culture. So
Elizabeth and her family did just that.
People really see this as a place for everyone in the community.
Shoal Creek Park is located on Highway 119 between downtown Montevallo and American Village. Now to campus news. The spring semester is nearing its end, and it's almost time for students to register for the upcoming fall semester.
Students can now set up an appointment with their advisors to schedule classes for fall 2019. Registration will begin with graduate students on April 8th, seniors on April 10th, juniors on April 12th, sophomores on April 16th, and freshmen on April 18th. For more information on your degree evaluation, visit montevallo.edu. Click on Current Students and then select Banner Self-Service.
Students can now vote for SGA officers and College Night Leaders. This year's College Night elections are open until Wednesday at 3 p.m. To vote, be sure to log in to your Falcon Link student account. You will first need to vote for the 2019-2020 SGA officers. Then, the portal will lead you to the voting window for the new 2019-2020 College Night Leaders. You can go vote by going to falconlink.montevallo.edu.
The Ozark Police Department has finally made a break on a 20-year-old murder investigation. J.B. Beasley and Tracy Hollett were on their way to a party but never made it. Their bodies were found in the trunk of their car the next morning. Sources say DNA links this man, Coley McCraney, to the deaths of 2 high school students during the summer of 1999.
He grew up here, he went to school here, so did I. So I did know the name, knew him, and I was very surprised. I was surprised when I saw the results. And every person I talked to said the same thing. Yeah, but the DNA doesn't lie.
Family and friends of the students gathered every year at the murder site. They now have genealogy software to thank for the DNA link provided what could be their big break. A letter written by a young tornado victim is now giving her mother comfort. The 8-year-old girl was killed by the Lee County tornadoes earlier this month. Last week, a letter addressed to the girl's mother was found among the debris. Reporter Samantha Day has the details.
Nobody don't know how it feels to lose a child like that.
It's something Taisha Hart knows all too well.
I never would have thought I would have had to bury one of my children.
Her 8-year-old daughter, Michaela, died in the Lee County tornado.
I tried and I tried and I kept resuscitating her. And I knew she was in so much pain.
But it was too late.
I held her and I told her I was so proud of her and I love her. And I just held her and she was at so much peace.
Days after Michaela's passing, Taisha got a phone call.
I was contacted saying the letter was found.
A letter from Michaela to her mother, found among the debris.
To my mom from Michaela, I love you a lot and you mean a lot to me. Also, I love you with all of my heart.
A sign from her daughter, Taisha says.
I know she's in a better place and I know she's watching over me. I know it, I feel it.
And a reminder of how much Michaela loved her mom.
I felt so much regret. So when I read the letter again and it said, I love you, Mom. I love you a lot. I love you with all of my heart.
Michaela's 3-year-old and 5-year-old siblings are still recovering from their injuries sustained during the March 3rd tornado. Their mother is hopeful they will be released from the hospital soon.
Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages.
Just search for Vallo Vision News on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more stories throughout the week.
Still ahead on Vallo Vision News, see how Montevallo is helping students dress to impress before they head out on job interviews.
And Lily Singh lands a new late-night gig. We'll tell you about it in the buzz. Vallo Vision News will be right back.
Your success depends upon effective communication. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA. You create your future in communication studies and mass communication. You belong at Montevallo.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. The University of Montevallo is teaching students professionalism. I had the opportunity to find out what it takes to dress to impress. Most students graduate and start their job search. And one of the most important things when applying for jobs is making a good first impression.
So that we have a place for students who are needing some professional clothing as they gear up to go and interview for jobs, that they've got a place that they can come and basically shop for a free outfit that they can use.
That's why Vallo's annual Dress to Impress is the perfect place to find what you need. The Dress to Impress workshop happening here in Anna Urban Dining Hall is going to help students do resume checks, mock interviews, and learn to go from this to this.
Different sizes available for men and women, also accessories, shoes, things, hopefully any part of an outfit that they would need for an interview.
Not only have they received nice donations, everything is free.
We have received a lot of really nice donations, and the students are very excited about getting their first professional outfit and getting something that's really nice for free.
However, the meaning behind Dress to Impress goes far beyond the fancy free clothes and mock interviews.
I think the event is a way for people in the Montevallo family to give back and support students that are here now getting ready to make that transition into the world of work.
Just a great way to, again, give back to the students and give them something that they can use to help make them more successful.
The entire goal of the Career Development Center is to help our students figure out what they want to be when they grow up, the steps they need to take to get there and to be successful, and support them all throughout that. So this is just one of the other events that we hold in light of that goal.
Dress to Impress is happening this Wednesday, March 20th in the Anna Irving Dining Hall from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
After the New Zealand massacre, police in the Dutch city of Utrecht arrested their own suspect, Omar Jimenez, is in Washington to explain how the United States is taking note of the security concerns around the world.
As a gunman opens fire, police arrested a 37-year-old man, Gekman Tanish, for the deadly attack.
One of the scenarios is that it's terrorism, but we're not sure.
The shooting in the Netherlands happening just 3 days after the deadliest terror attack in New Zealand's history. Investigators there say 28-year-old Brenton Harrison Tarrant, an Australian, targeted 2 mosques in Christchurch. 50 people lost their lives. Just before the attack, investigators believe the gunman posted a link to a white nationalist manifesto. The 87-page document is filled with anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim sentiments.
There are those who do not share our values of openness, of diversity, of compassion.
As New Zealand now works to change its gun laws, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen sees domestic terrorism as a, quote, real and serious danger.
I want to make one thing very clear. We will not permit such hate in the homeland.
The secretary says she sees a range of threats.
I'm concerned about them holding our infrastructure hostage, stealing our money and secrets, exploiting children online, and even hacking our very democracy.
In Washington, I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
This year, the Department of Homeland Security will host the first ever National Summit of Terrorism Prevention. 9 million people across 14 states are under a flood warning.
That includes Nebraska, where deadly floods are completely stranding people in a number of small towns. The floods come from the aftermath of the powerful bomb cyclone that slammed the central U.S. last week. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts says that this is the most devastating flooding in state history.
After announcing his 2020 presidential bid last week, Democratic Party candidate Beto O'Rourke is setting the bar for campaign fundraising. O'Rourke raised over $6 million within the first 24 hours of his campaign, surpassing Bernie Sanders' previous record of $5.9 million. This amount is the largest announced first-day haul of any 2020 Democratic contender to date. O'Rourke continues to have quite the reputation for effective fundraising skills after raising $80 million in his failed bid against Republican Senator Ted Cruz just last year.
Coming up on The Buzz, Lily Singh makes history for late-night TV. Find out how she's making TV history.
And it's a boy. The internet's favorite giraffe gave birth again over the weekend. Found out how many people tuned in on YouTube for April's big moment. We'll be right back.
In today's fast-paced world, it can be hard to find time for the news.
That's why we're committed to
making the news fit into your busy schedule.
Tune in each week to see the stories that impact your life.
And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We are Vallo Vision News.
Welcome back to Vallo Vision News. Now it's time for The Buzz.
Stephanie Michael joins us now for a look at the stories that we're buzzing about. Hi, Stephanie.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing well, how are you?
Good. We've got a lot to buzz about today. The first thing that we're going to be talking about is the Hallmark Channel has fallen out of love with Lori Loughlin. The network has joined at least 2 other brands in distancing itself from the actress and her daughter. Loughlin was one of 50 people charged in the alleged college admissions scandal. She and her husband have been accused of paying thousands of dollars in bribes to get their daughter, 19-year-old social media influencer Olivia Jade Giannulli, into the University of Southern California. Hewlett-Packard has also removed an ad featuring Loughlin and her daughter Thursday. The cosmetic giant Sephora has announced it would be ending a makeup partnership with Olivia Jade. And YouTube star and actress and author Lily Singh is breaking into the male-dominated world of late-night television. NBC announced the Indian-Canadian entertainer will host a new late-night show in September called A Little Late with Lily Singh. While other women host their own late-night cable shows, Singh will be the only woman hosting a show on a Big Four television network. Singh is taking over the time slot vacated by Carson Daly. Singh, who came out publicly as bisexual last month, says her half-hour show will focus on diversity for people of color and the LGBTQ community. So what do you guys think of finally having a woman hosting a late night show?
I think it's overdue.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
it's great
this
to
is
see.
the first time for it to happen since Joan Rivers hosted back in the 80s.
Yes, I love the idea.
I agree with Colin. I think it's definitely way overdue. You know, I definitely enjoy all the late night shows that we have now, but it'll be nice to see a change.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a big step to have someone who is, especially having a person of color and an LGBT person on the air like that. That's huge.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. And April the giraffe is a mom once again. The 17-year-old mother gave birth to her 5th spotted calf Saturday afternoon at Animal Adventure Park in New York. It's a boy, according to the zoo's Facebook page. Park staff snapped this adorable photo of mom and son. It almost looks like they're smiling for the camera. Up to 300,000 viewers watched the birth, which was streamed live on YouTube. The new calf doesn't have a name yet. April first became an internet star in 2017 when she delivered her son to Jiri. I mean, what a cute giraffe, you guys. I mean,
just look at the picture. It's so adorable. They're totally smiling for the camera, I'm convinced.
Very photogenic animals.
And I mean,
giraffes are my favorite animal, so I of course love this story and the last time she had a baby, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun to watch. Let's see. Oh, and many of us have forgotten to return a library book on time, but we generally remember within a few days. But one 65-year-old New Jersey man just returned a library book that was 19,345 days overdue. The man returned the family book of verse by Lewis Gannett, a publication he checked out from his middle school when he was 13 years old. He found the book recently while cleaning out his basement and started to feel guilty. At 10 cents a day, he would have owed about $2,000 in fees, but school officials say they aren't looking to collect. I mean, I've forgotten things before, but I normally remember pretty soon.
I am guilty of a late return, but quite not that guilty.
I was gonna say, I feel like we've all been, in our elementary school or middle school library, and we always forget to return something. But I don't know if I'm $2,000 late to return a book.
days late.
But I mean, good on him for actually going and returning it.
I
I think at that point I would have just, kept it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's funny. I mean, he could have totally kept it for himself, and he went back, and
props to him.
They probably thought it was hilarious, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for today's show. Remember, there's more campus and community news on our website.
Just head over to vallovisionnews.wordpress.com to see stories from mass communication student reporters throughout the week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune into Vallo Vision News again after spring break.